I'm so stupid. What's up, y'all? It's your boy, The Hype Hydrator, and can y'all believe I have probably recorded this video like twice without any audio? So we just gonna be right here, all right? We gonna be sitting right here, chilling right here with this video, all right? This is a video just hyping up Elden Ring because literally it's right around the corner. I believe like on Friday. I'm hyped, I'm ready. I'm still waiting on that collector's edition on Friday, but I am gonna be playing it on both because apparently it's not cross-platform, and I do have a lot of people that I'm gonna be planning on playing with on PC. So yeah, so I'm gonna be pre-downloading it and waiting on that collector's edition so I can get this unboxing for y'all. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get this content out, you feel me? But yeah, you know what I'm saying? We about to do what it do. I'm about to hype y'all up. The thing is, I can't really say anything any more important than what other content creators have said already on YouTube, okay? I'm not gonna say anything different, or I'm not gonna like put any new news in there for you. Now, I will say reviews are out right now. The embargo is over, and essentially like a bunch of reviewers have already came out with the reviews, and across the board everything is either 9 or 10. This game is going crazy, this game is going wild, and I cannot wait to get into it with you guys. But with this video, I kind of have some questions I wanted to ask myself for you guys, so you guys can get somewhat of like a clarification on how it will be going into Elden Ring, and how my thought process is going to be going into Elden Ring. And hopefully I answer some of you guys' questions while I'm talking about different stats and different classes and everything like that. But let's get to it. All right, first things first. First question. So obviously going into a Soulsborne game, the first thing is character creation, and as well as making the class that you want to be for, you know, the duration of the game. Now, you can always switch up your abilities and stuff like that. So, you know, if you want to do more of a magic build, you can always go into somewhat of a faith build later on, or say even you want to, you know, focus on magic and then eventually get into maybe even heavier weapons down the line. It's all still possible, but you know, obviously the class that you pick is going to determine how the beginning of the game is going to be for you going forward, especially fighting the different bosses, dealing with the different kind of terrain that's out there. You definitely want to pick a class that you're going to enjoy for the duration of playing the game. Now, the class that I'm personally gonna pick is the Prisoner. Now, the Prisoner, he is a magic intelligence build that also uses weapons like the S-Stock. It's just more like a Dex build weapon. Dex is more like a skill-based weapon compared to like a strength-based weapon. A Dex-based, I can't even talk. I can never talk. But a Dex-based weapon is more like a smaller weapon that you can, you know, hit enemies a lot. Like, you know, you can hit enemies a lot more with said weapon, and also you have a lot more flexibility to move around the enemy a lot faster, because you know, when you swing or when you hit the enemy, it doesn't take as much stamina as it would with a strength-based weapon. Whereas a strength-based weapon would normally do a lot more damage, but takes a lot more stamina, so you won't be able to give as, or you know, hit the enemy as much as you would with a dex-based weapon. So essentially, since I'm more of like a veteran of the game, you know, this time around, and I feel like Elden Ring, FromSoft, they definitely have more of a heavier focus on the magic aspect of the game than they do with the I mean, there's going to be a whole buttload of different weapons that are going to be like awesome to use in the game, but I feel like there's a heavy load of different magic that you can use in the game that I feel like FromSoft really wants us to use throughout our journey. So, and I want to be able to utilize everything that I come across, and that's why I have chosen the Prisoner. Usually Usually I would just pick, a strength build and just get the heaviest weapon and just knock out any enemy in like 2 to 5 hits, right? But this time around, since I have somewhat of skill when it comes to these kind of games, I want to challenge myself more with just like a smaller weapon and utilizing some of the spells that I come across. Now, in terms of spells, because the next question is, what stats am I focusing on? So since I'm going to be using a prisoner character class, right? There's a hero, there's a bunch of other classes. I'm not really going to get into all of that because I believe there's up to like 10 different classes. You could definitely do your research on that if you want to. But since the prisoner essentially is a magic build and as well as a dex build, I would be focusing more on the intelligence. Intelligence essentially makes your magic stronger as you build it up. I'll be focusing on the mind stat. The mind stat gives you more slots for you to use more spells as you play through the game. Magic spells anyway, specifically. And I'll also be focusing on vigor. Vigor is your health. So obviously you don't want to get one-shotted by an enemy at any time, at any point, which would suck. But definitely will be focusing on my health to make sure that doesn't happen. I'll be focusing a little bit on endurance. Obviously, since I don't really plan on wearing that heavy of armor, and as well as having that many items in my inventory, I plan on keeping it pretty, simple, as much as I can anyway, without it being overwhelming anyway. Since I don't really plan on having that much on me, I don't really want to focus on endurance as much, but definitely endurance is going to help me in terms of like dodging and moving around a boss. So I definitely want to at least still keep that in mind in terms of what I want to build up. And last, definitely not least, is going to be dex. I want to focus on dex because dex is going to increase the damage of a dex based weapon. The weapons that are smaller that can still really pack a punch if you know how to use them, but yeah, second question, what are the stats I'm going to focus on? Those are the stats I'm going to focus on. There's also stats like faith. If you want to do faith builder, faith is just essentially just a whole different variation of magic. I mean, it's just a different way of using magic in the game. And it levels up in a whole different way of stats. Same with strength. If you level up strength, obviously you're going to be able to hold more, and as well you're going to be able to use the very bigger weapons that are going to be in the game as well. There's a couple other stats as well, but those are like the main ones. I believe arcane is another one. I believe arcane is more like luck. You get to find more items throughout the game and stuff like that. But kind of like little more minor options in between. But definitely going to be focused on those main four: with dex, vigor, intelligence, and mind. I will definitely be focusing on those because I feel like that will better my class. That will make my class even better than what it is starting out. Next question is, what am I most excited for? So what I'm excited for, which I'm pretty sure most people are, is just the adventure of playing through the game. I mean, thing is about FromSoft games, like, they make their maps so elaborate, and the fact that it's open world, there's going to be so much to explore, so much to do, so many new NPCs to talk to and be able to interact with. Their lore is always on point. Like, their story, like you play through the game and you unlock more of the story as you go. So that's what I'm mainly focused. Like, the lore, the story, why I'm here on this, whatever this place is in Elden Ring. Why am I here doing what I'm doing? And who are these people that I'm slaughtering throughout the game, So yeah, I'm just excited about everything. I know that's kind of like cheating, but I'm really excited about everything. The lore specifically, I want to get to know more of exactly why we are in Elden Ring. You know, why are we doing what we're doing, and what's going to be ahead of me? That's what I'm excited for. Next question is, will I stay on the main story path, or will I go off the path? And that's just an off the path for me, all right? Like, if you're not going off beat and like exploring everything you can before you go through the main story, then you're not experiencing Elden Ring, okay? Like, you're not experiencing any FromSoft game if you do something like that, all right? Like, because you never know what could be in a certain cave or through a certain door somewhere. You might be able to discover a whole bunch of like more powerful weapons, spells, like any and everything that you can get that will enhance your experience and make it less stressful for you to go through the game, especially for those newer players out there. Like, newer players, you are not going to be able to just go through the story like pro bono. You know what I'm saying? Once you go through the story and you have no new spells or powerful weapons to go through, that boss is going to destroy you because you're going to have to go through a main boss if you want to go through the story. Okay, so yeah, I would definitely explore, go off beat, you know, to your own path, check every different nook and cranny, because you could really discover something very powerful that can like just help you get through the game like with less stress, and as well as just find something cool. You know what I'm saying? Why progress through the story and miss several different opportunities to have something cool in your arsenal that you can use to, like, you know, take out all these enemies, these bosses, you know? It's just, why not, you know? But yeah, definitely going off path, not going through the main story. There is a way for, like, apparently they call it grace, if I'm not mistaken, where it's like a golden trail that kind of shows you a general direction. Normally they never done that in a FromSoft game that I know of anyway. They don't tell you a general direction normally most of the time. So it's just a way for FromSoft to actually be like, hey, you're new, this is a general direction that you should go. So you can do that if you want to, but I will say that's probably not the best decision. All right, so yeah, that is my answer to that. What weapon am I excited for the most? Now, I don't really know any of the weapons that are in this game, so technically this question is pretty ominous, to be honest, because I have no clue what weapons are in this game at all. But one thing I do know for sure, what FromSoft does most of the time, they keep a lot of the same aspects from their older games into the new one, right? So like things like, you know, poison swamps, or you know, just hard as hell enemies to fight, or annoying enemies to fight. You know, that's every FromSoft game. But there's one in particular weapon that they normally keep in each game, and it's called the Moonlight Greatsword. The Moonlight Greatsword literally is a huge sword that just glows bright blue and has like these aura effects. Like if you swing it, you can actually hit somebody at a distance with the effects, but it uses magic all in one big great sword. It's just an amazing, like, it looks amazing. I'm like the damage it does is always on point. Like, that's really what I want to focus. I want to get that weapon. If it does exist in Elden Ring, that's the weapon I would be looking for the most. Now there's also one other weapon. It's the flail. The flail, I've never seen a flail in a FromSoft game ever in my life. And as my prisoner class already looks so deprived already in itself, I'm just thinking to myself with the flail just on the horse, just knocking people's heads back. Like, I don't know, something about the flail makes me excited as well, and I know that's definitely in the game as well. But the Moonlight Greatsword is like top tier. I'm gonna be looking for that weapon the most. But yeah, that's my answer to that question. Moonlight Greatsword, like top down, like for sure. All right, another question. Are you planning another playthrough. Now, the game's not even out yet. And I'm over here asking about a second playthrough. But that's the thing. FromSoft makes such a good game. You're able to replay the game multiple times and have different experiences most of the time. Like I am actually excited to play it again, even though I haven't even played it again. Even though I haven't even played it the first time. Like, I'm excited to actually go back into it when I do get a chance. Now, when I do go back into it, I'm definitely going to be focusing more of a strength build. I really just try to diversify. Whatever I was missing the first time playing through, I usually try to do something different the second time around. So since this one's going to be more of like a dex build, magic build, I'm definitely going to be more like strength. I might like there's also like fire abilities that you can use in the game, so I might do more like strength. I believe that is that arcane. I don't know. Don't quote me on that, okay? Would more or less focus on like a strength, maybe faith build, or like strength and just some other build, but definitely going to be strength based without magic the second time around, because obviously I'm going to be doing that the first time. Why would I do it the second time? And I'm going to see what the differences are going to be like going back through it again. Now obviously I'm going to be streaming my first playthrough, which, you know, my Twitch stream that I'm going to be playing on Friday, so be prepared for that. The link down below, it's going to be The Hype Gamer 26. As I said, if you can't look that up, link's going to be down below. Alright, and then last question on this list is, when the game gets tough, are you going to quit? Now, I ain't the person to quit, you know what I'm saying? I'm not a quitter like that. I ain't gonna do it, you know what I'm saying? There's a thing in our in the Soulsborne community, what we say to each other is, get good. And if you ain't getting good, you ain't getting to it, you know what I'm saying? But I will say, as I said, with FromSoft, this time around, they're trying to get a lot of more of the casual players into the FromSoft games. So, you know, there's going to be a lot of tools that you're going to be able to utilize to actually make the game a lot easier, whether that be with magic, faith. There's even like, you can even summon different like spirits to actually help you fight. You got multiplayer where you can get somebody else in your game if you want to. You can craft and make like sleep arrows to where you could put even bosses just to sleep if you want to like get that sneak attack from the back. Speaking of sneaking, there's sneaking now. You can actually sneak through the game if you wanted to, which you know, I believe they indicated from like Sekiro. I mean, they definitely got that from Sekiro. But yeah, you can sneak behind enemies, backstab them, get a little chunk of health out, you know. There's a whole lot of options if you know, if you're stressed on terms of fighting a boss, how to get past a boss. There's a lot of ways for you to get past a boss without stressing yourself out, all right? But with me, when I get knocked down, I'ma just get good. You know what I'm saying? I'ma learn. Like, each boss has different ways of fighting them. So like, the more you fight the boss, the more you're gonna learn their moves to where you're gonna be able to maneuver around them and be able to take, you know, obviously health off the boss to where you can beat it, you know? Like, each one of these bosses have somewhat of an algorithm to them that make them very exciting to fight, because it feels like a dance between two beings. So definitely, I'm gonna continue to just get good, all right? I'm never gonna quit, okay? I'm getting good, all right? And you're gonna see that on Friday, all right? But yeah, that's the end of the video. As I said, I'm gonna leave my Twitch link down below, The Hype Gamer 26. And as I said, if you can't, look it up. It's down below, all right? We're gonna start it on Friday. We're gonna get things popping. Hopefully I get to see y'all there, you know? This video should be uploading today. Tomorrow if you haven't seen it. No, I'm just playing. But no, yeah, so definitely stay tuned, because I'm going to be unboxing this on Friday. I'm going to try to upload it before we actually start the Twitch stream. And yeah, it's going to be a good time, y'all. Hopefully I'll see y'all there. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? Y'all gonna get to see me struggle for the first time on a Soulsborne game. So it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. I cannot wait. But hope you guys are excited. As I said, like literally, you're gonna be able to, like, if you download it on PC and you live in America, I believe you should be able to play it, if not at 5 or 6 o'clock tomorrow, if you download it on the PC. Obviously, physical copies, you're gonna be able to play it Friday. So definitely, man, I'm excited. The reviews are all looking good. But yeah, I can't wait. But yeah, peace out, y'all. The Hype Hydrator out.